How to find the right franchise for you. On this episode, that's what we're going to dive into. So I talk to a lot of people every day. My calendar stays pretty booked from 1 in the afternoon to 5 at night. It's generally when I leave my calendar open, because in the morning I'm working on closings and making sure everything, putting out fires is really what I do in the early part of the day. And then the very early morning, I'm doing strategic planning and doing what Cal Newport says, deep work. So I talk to a lot of people every single day, at least Monday through Friday. And a lot of people out there are very hungry to do better for themselves and their family. They might own a couple pieces of real estate, doing well there, usually doing fairly well on their W-2 job, but they want to grow something. They want to build something. They want to diversify. And now they're looking at business ownership, whether it's business acquisition or a franchise startup. And so on today's show, I want to just kind of talk about what do we do as franchise advisors. I call myself a business ownership coach because I work with people doing business acquisition. I work with people doing franchise startups. I help finance real estate investors. I help finance business owners. That's what I do, my core business. So I'm all around entrepreneurs all day long, and I watch what they do and how they're doing it, and I help them finance, and I help them find the right business to go into next. So for somebody that's been in the corporate world all their life, they're used to like systems and structure, and it's scary for you to think about starting your own business. And that's why I believe franchise models are the way to go, because you got processes, systems, marketing. You have other franchisees in the system to collaborate with, to meet with on a regular basis, to figure out what's working for them, where are their struggles, where are your struggles. So I like the systems and processes, and I think it makes business ownership a little bit more palatable for most of us who aren't very system oriented or process driven. And it gives us a framework. And even if you are systems oriented and process driven, and you could create SOPs on your own and do all this stuff, it's just sometimes easier to follow a proven system. And thus is why franchising is a multi-billion dollar industry, right? Every year. So what do we do as franchise advisors, consultants? We usually have a discovery call first, which is about 30 minutes. We then encourage you to take a entrepreneurial assessment, a business assessment. It's really called a Zoracle profile. And that was created by a lady that's been in franchising for like 30 plus years. And it takes a scientific, it's kind of like science and using data from other franchisors. And it really helps identify business models and systems that would best fit your skill sets. So we'd like to start you there. And from there, after the discovery call, after you do the entrepreneurial assessment, we then dive into your specific territory where you're looking for this business. And we start compiling research, and we do a search for you. And we do territory checks, and we see what's available in your market. Do we have any resales? Is this all franchise startups? Are you really more interested in resale? We can help facilitate that as long as we can find something in your geographic market. Most people like starting with the startups because the investment's less. You're starting fresh, all new employees, so forth, and you're getting into a business model that you understand, right? And so when you're looking and researching these business models with your franchise advisor, they're going to talk about how many employees you need, how do you scale the business, what kind of marketing's done, what do you do? How do you work in the business? Do you work on the business, or do you need to be an owner operator? All this is going to be kind of you're going to go through and you're going to vet out all this information on multiple franchises. Then I'm going to come back, or your advisor would come back and show you anywhere from 5 to, let's just call it 8 different ideas. And usually we encourage you to have a discovery call with at least 2, but preferably 3 different ideas we presented to you. We usually have you rank them. And the reason we want you to do more is because, look, this is all about a process. It's all about learning. And a lot of times you think you like something better and you just do your calls with that one brand, and you don't understand that this other business would have been a much better fit. So the more willingness you have to open your mind. And look, at the end of the day, you can go through a discovery call and it's 45 minutes. What's the worst thing that's going to happen? You learn a lot about a business model and you decided it's not a good fit. Or what if that was that perfect business that you were able to scale to multiple locations and it was able to replace the W-2 job? So that's really where we start. And then we have diligence process after that. You have to do validation calls with other owners that own the franchise system. There's processes and systems to help you get to the finish line. We also have a network of CPAs and franchise attorneys when you get to that point and you need a little bit of support to review your franchise agreement. So we're here every step of the way. But what I would tell you is to just do a discovery call, do your entrepreneurial assessment, do your first couple of calls after you kind of get into the flow of this reviewing new business models and getting an understanding, because you might buy something or invest in something like an HVAC company, know nothing about HVAC. Well, that's perfectly fine. That's like what happens. We can show you case study after case study. All the franchisors that I work with, they all have, let's call them account managers that do the initial calls with you, and they can tell you, you have mortgage brokers, you have corporate people that own HVAC companies. None of them had experience, because if you invest in a franchise system, they should be able to take a ready, willing, and able person and convert them to a business owner that can run this business. That doesn't need necessarily to have experience in this industry. Just have an open mind and be trainable and do the work. So if this all sounds good to you, you can come to one of our events. You can go to beaueckstein.com/events. And you should just come to one of our meetings or webinars online. We usually have a couple franchise brands presenting, and you can learn about the industry that way. And if you want to take more of a proactive approach, just go to bookwithbeau.com and schedule a discovery call with me. I don't bite. I can help you understand the financing, understand the buying process. I'm here to support you. I say this time and time again. My mission, our company's mission, is to help 10,000 aspiring entrepreneurs become successful business owners over the next 10 years, and we want you to be one of them. Anyways, hope you enjoyed this short episode. We'll see you on the next one. If you're looking to acquire a business, stop scrolling on Biz Buy Sell and visit franchiseresellelistings.com. We'll do a customized search. You can get on our weekly distribution where we're sending new inventory weekly to your inbox. So visit franchiseresellelistings.com and opt in today. See you there. Hey guys, Beau Eckstein here. If you enjoyed what you saw, please subscribe to this channel. We talk all things financing. I've been in the lending industry for over 20 years, and I'm happy to answer your questions and provide great content.